Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. Another beautiful, beautiful day here during the spring in the western part of North Carolina. So when spring gets here, one of the big things that we start thinking about is our farmers markets. And we are only a couple of weeks away from starting our farmers market for the season. And if y'all remember last year, we bought the trailer and turned it into a mobile farm store. Let's go in and take a quick look around, show you what it is, just to kind of remind you, for those of you that may be new to the channel, we'll show you what we've done here and how we are managing some of our farmers markets. But we had a little problem last year that we need to solve, and I think we've got just the tool to solve it with this year. We're going to do a little test today and see if it will work. But let's go in. Let me show you what we got going on first. Okay, for those of you that may have been with the channel in the past, but you've missed part of what we've been doing here lately, this is our mobile farm store. And what we had traditionally done for years was we would go to a market, and I'll try to find a picture of our setup and show y'all. Turn that light on. We would go to our farmers markets and we would set up this big tent with tables, coolers, magnetic signs in the front. Customers would come up to that and they would look on these magnetic boards. I've actually put them back up in here, and they would say, hey, I want a pack of ground beef, I want a pack of chicken breast, whatever the case may be. And that worked pretty good, but what we were finding was those coolers would not hold enough product to get us through a lot of our market days, because we were seeing a huge increase in customers and sales and that kind of thing. So we bought this trailer, and we bought 3 of these glass top freezers that hold pork, beef, and chicken. And it allowed us to carry a whole lot, done a couple things. Number one, it allows us to carry a whole lot more product, but number two, it allows the customers to actually see down in these freezers what they're purchasing. And when we started doing that, we found that customers were buying more variety, and they were also buying more product per purchase, because they would see things that they would only conceptualize as maybe what it would be. Like somebody may say, hey, you know, they're coming along looking, baby back ribs. I don't know if I want baby back ribs or not. But whenever they can see down in this cooler and they see, or this freezer, and they see a pack of baby back ribs, they're like, I believe I just found me something for the grill for tonight. So glass top freezers made a huge difference in our business. But one of the problems that we had was we've got to power this thing. We've got to keep these freezers running. They have to be on constant electric power. Also, we've got lights in here, and you know, we have some powered needs when we were taking this to the market. Well, what we had done initially, we had bought a generator, and the generator worked okay. I mean, it powered everything, no problem, but it was noisy. And we felt like we weren't being good vendor neighbors to those folks that were around us, and also to customers that are coming in. They don't want to hear that thing running all the time. So a couple months ago, Bluetti reached out to us and they said, hey, we want to send you this power unit, let you try it out. And Sandra and I instantly knew exactly what we wanted to do with that thing, and that was see if it would power our farmers market trailer. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to hook that thing up, we're going to turn it on, and we're going to see if it will power this and for how long. We need a specific period of time that thing will last to make sure that we can get through a market day with our power unit, to make sure that we're going to have enough power to get through the day. So let's get it back off the buggy, put it on a table, we're going to plug it in, and we're going to see if it's going to run our trailer and for how long. All right, so what we've got here, this is Bluetti's AC 300 and the B300K battery that goes with it. And our trailer runs off of a 300 amp service. And it just so happens that this is configured for 300 amps, or excuse me, 30 amps. Our trailer runs off a 30 amp service, and this is configured for up to a 30 amp max. So what we've got the battery, we've got the inverter here. So I've connected the battery to the main power unit, and you can continue to piggyback even more batteries on this. We've just got the one. You can continue to piggyback even more batteries on this. We'll talk about some of the specs on this here in just a few minutes, but let's go ahead and plug it up and just see if it will even cause the trailer to light up. I think it will. Let's find out. All right, so we're going to turn the main unit on, and the battery is on. So I had this out the shop. We had it plugged into the wall. We had it plugged into the mainline power, and we got it fully charged. So we got a full charge on our battery. We got a full charge on our unit. So we should be good to go. Now, our markets last for 3 hours. So we need about 4 hours worth of power because we get there early. We try to get everything set up, and then you've always got a few customers that are kind of lingering. So we're going to need this thing to work for about 4 hours. Now, I've had the trailer plugged into power up here at the freezer. And so now we're going to plug it into our unit here and see if we're going to work, which we should. So we've got our 30 amp plug right here on the side. So we're going to plug this baby in, and then we'll go in and I'll show you that I've got all the lights on. Not showing load. We'll turn everything on here. All right, so we do have an AC load now of 2,500 watts. Let's see if y'all can see that. All right, okay. So we've got our AC load, there it is, right at 700 watts. Now the main reason it came up as 2,500 a minute ago is a freezer turned on. Those freezers take the most power whenever they are powering up. When the compressor comes on, as long as the compressor's running, they're fine. But whenever the compressor comes on, it has the most draw for power. So you can see we have no grid power coming in. We've got an AC load of 697 watts. We're still showing 100%. I'm going to plug a phone into this too, just to show a small DC load. It won't be much. But let's walk inside and I'll show you that we've got freezers on and we've got lights on and that everything in there is working. All right. Our lights are on in the freezer, or in the trailer. Lights are on. Freezers are on. Got the lights turned on those. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I can hear them running. So our freezers are on. There's the light in this one. It's on the opposite side. Now I don't have this small refrigerator plugged up. I think I may have. I've got a battery charger plugged up. I don't have a battery on it right now, but I've got a battery charger plugged up. So that's all that's running. We got our lights, freezers are on. That's what we need. We typically don't run the air conditioner because it takes a ton of power. So we don't, even with the generator, it would cause the breaker to flip. So we're not going to even turn our air conditioner on because this is our typical setup. This is typically what we use. All right, and for our time test right now, it is 11:35, Sunday, March the 30th. So y'all know when this video is being recorded. 11:35 a.m. I'm going to plug this thing in to one of our DC plugs here, so we got a little DC power running too. Because I mean, that's conceivable. We can plug a phone up and have a phone charging while we're at the market. So 11:35 a.m. we're up and running. Let's come back and check this in an hour. So right now we're at 98%. So let's come back and check this in about an hour and see how much power we've used, what our pull is, what our percentage is, and just how it's working. 59%, and it is 12:51. So we've been here about an hour and 20 minutes or so. So about 59%. We are running, we've got this phone here, we're charging it, and it's focus, about halfway charged. So, and we've still got everything going in here. Still got our lights, and our freezers are still running. Everything's working like it should. So I'm getting a little concerned here about the time, but you know, something we can do that I've not done here. We could plug this thing up to some solar panels and continue to generate some additional power on this thing, build the batteries up. Battery down here, I mean, our battery here's still showing 60%. So that would kind of match up to the 58% that we're running there. You know, we're an hour, we would typically be close to halfway through, so we're probably okay. But let's give it another hour. We'll come back and check, see how we're doing. So we're 12:52, 54% charged on that phone. Still Sunday, March 30th. We're not pulling any fancy tricks on y'all. So let's come back in an hour, check it again, see how it's doing. All right, back again. Let's see how we're doing. All right, we're at 30%, and it is 1:58, Sunday, March 30th. See, we're not pulling any fastings on y'all. So we're at 30%, and we've still got lights are going, freezers are on, everything's working out. So far so good. 30% at 12, what'd I say? 12 something-ish. 159. 159, yeah, 159. So we're 2 hours, 2.5 hours in. So we're way over halfway what we need to be. And we're at 29% right there. So I think this is going to work out just right for us. And this is going to vary. This is going to vary by use and how much power, of course, that you're pulling off of the unit. For us, you know, this is just an experiment to see if it's going to work for the particular application that we've got. But I think it's going to work out fine. We'll come back out and check this again. Excuse me. We'll come back out and check this again here in a little bit, and we'll talk about some of the features and specs on this thing. This is a very nice unit. These are intended to be used as a backup home power system. You can add multiple batteries. The folks at Bluetti even sent us a transfer switch, and I think probably what we'll end up doing is we'll probably end up putting that transfer switch on out at the shop, so that whenever we lose power, storm, whatever, catastrophe, whatever may come our way, then we can at least power the shop, and that will give us pressurized water down at the house. We may also get another transfer switch and put it on the house, get another one of these things, and have standby power for the house. I mean, there's just all kinds of applications. But if you're, you know, if you're off grid, if you're camping, if you're just looking for a way to be independent in case the power goes out, just to be self-sufficient, be prepared, and that kind of thing, these units are great. And they have made such improvements on these over the years with additional batteries, the just the amount of power that they'll sustain, and the, you know, the different applications you can use for them. I mean, they're just very nice units. So, but let's come back in an hour. We'll check this thing, see how it's doing. We're looking like we might get a little rain here, clouding up and getting a little breezy. But we'll come back, take another look, see how we're doing, and we'll talk about some more of the specs on this. All right, it just has turned off. We're at 0%, and it is 3:23. So it lasted right at 4 hours. So 4 hours, that's perfect. That's what we're going to need for the market trailer, and that should get us without any problem. But this thing has done a fantastic job of keeping us going. Like I said, just has turned off. As you can see, everything's off in here. And so we're still well frozen, so not an issue. So that thing is going to fill our needs to power our trailer for a market for a day. All right, brought it back up to the shop. Got it plugged in, so we're going to recharge it. But very pleased with how this thing performed running that market trailer. I think that this is going to be the answer to our our issue with having power at our markets. The thing I'm going to have to figure out is the best way to kind of store, stack, and move it so that it's easy. It's easy to manage. And I'm thinking right now about maybe buying a small hand truck and putting it on a hand truck. Then we can just roll it up into the market trailer. When we get to the market, we can unroll it, plug everything in. Whenever we're leaving, we just put it back in. When we get home, we can get it out of the trailer out there at the big freezer, plug it back in and recharge it. And this thing only takes, if you're plugging into the wall, it only takes about an hour and a half to recharge it back to full capacity. So the thing that I like, I said this a while ago, the thing that I really like is it's quiet. I mean, it's charging right now. The fan's turning. That's all the noise it's making. So I want to go over just a couple of specs. I'm not a super techie guy on specs and that kind of thing. So I just want to go over a couple of these things real quick for those of you that this would be important to. So again, this is the Bluetti AC 300 3000 watt paired with the B300K battery, and you can expand these out and get more batteries. So if one battery is not enough, you can get additional batteries to go with it. 3000 watts of AC output power, so it will power most household appliances without any issue. You saw what we were doing there. We were powering 3 essentially household appliances that were continuously running along with the lights on in there, so works great for that. Split phase bonding, so it will achieve up to 240 volt output for heavy duty devices. So if you were running something that required 240, like our well pump back here, it would absolutely run our well pump. And by having that transfer switch installed here in the shop, well pump comes on, runs for a few minutes, then it turns off. It would sustain it for a good long while. And we could even, like I say, put a solar panel on this and recharge it without any issue. Expandable capacity, you can tell your energy levels, energy storage from 3,072 watt hours to 12,288 watt hours. It's got the Life PO4 battery, reliable performance for over 10 years. You could recharge this thing every day for 10 years and the battery's going to stay. The battery's going to work. So you've got a 10-year battery on this thing. We would never recharge this thing every day and run it every day. So this will last us in perpetuity as long as we're running a market trailer. 24/7 UPS uninterrupted power during unexpected outages. 2400 watt max solar input. So you can, solar energy is abundant. As long as you got sunshine, even on cloudy days, you can still capture some energy and recharge this thing using solar. 5400 watt max dual charging, which ensures power is ready in no time. Like I said, this thing will recharge in about an hour and a half. 7 ways to recharge, 4-year warranty. And you can recharge this a number of ways. Solar, wall power at your house, 12 volt. So I've got a cigar plug over here so we could plug it into the truck and we could recharge that way. It also comes with an app. And I played with the app a little bit a while ago because I could sit at the house and see the app and watch how much power we were using and what was going on there. So it does come with an app, so you can do the controls. You can turn your DC, your AC power off and on, watch how much energy you got left, kind of know what the machine's doing. So that's a very nice feature. And I'll post a little bit of footage from the app right here. So again, Bluetti, they make a lot of really nice products. There's a lot of different things you can get. My buddy Nathan over at the Out of the Woods, when I was over at his place the other day, he's got a whole unit that he's going to set up down in his sawmill to run a couple pieces of equipment down there. So I think it'll work good for him. And he was telling me you could even put in like a panel box, because I'm no electrician. You could put in a panel box and power, like a shop just off of this without any electricity. So Bluetti, lots of different options. I think it would be perfect for folks, in our area here last year, Hurricane Helene came through and we had folks that were without power for extended months, extended amounts of time. And so if you had a unit like this, you could at least keep things going like a water heater, well pump, refrigeration, and some stuff like that. And it truly, truly would be a lifesaver in those cases. So we appreciate Bluetti reaching out to us, providing this unit for us. We're tickled to death with it. I'll probably show it on a couple other videos. We'll see how all that works out, like at the markets and that sort of thing. But really like it. I think it's going to make a great addition to our farmers market setup. So like I always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video.